Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. We're getting back to content by request. Charisma 808 has another one. He's really helping y'all out. Any of you women or men that have content by request that's watching my videos, make sure you put them in, and I will get to it as soon as possible. When y'all watch the videos, make sure y'all hitting the like button. Thanks for all the comments, all the encouragement. If you had the means, make sure you hitting the Cash App, super chatting. We're gonna go live later on. Y'all know my rule, 15-minute rule. I'm gonna have the phone lines open as well, so y'all stay tuned. I'll be putting something about it in the community tab. But his content by request is, he wanted to know what are the things that women do that could bring voodoo/witchcraft in your relationship. I don't even need the notes for this because I done studied this many days just trying to figure out what's going on. So you can't, like for instance, King Ahab couldn't blame Jezebel for his fate. He shouldn't have let her run stuff. He should have left her alone or did something. You see, when you give a woman the keys to your life and let her run your life, that's automatic witchcraft, because that's rebellion against the Most High, because that ain't how he set it up. So regardless of what you believe, you try to let the secular society influence your beliefs, your personal beliefs, then it's still gonna be on you. So, like for instance, Ahab allowed Jezebel to have all those false prophets and the idols in the temple. You know, just because he was acting like he was scared of Jezebel, or I don't know what his problem was. Maybe he just had too much love for her. Sometimes that's the thing with men too. Sometimes you just had too much love for the woman you're with. When you start letting her run stuff, that's automatic witchcraft, because it's rebellion against the Most High, because that ain't how he set it up. So the first thing I want to talk about is if she dabbles in the occult. Now, it's a particular YouTuber that I've mentioned their name that is the most attractive on YouTube, but I know, don't ask me how, that she deals with tarot cards. Now, I know some people look at that as an innocent thing, and I'm not trying to influence your beliefs. You got to influence your own beliefs, but y'all just don't understand the ramifications of that. If she ever played with Ouija boards, you got to break that before you become one with her. Because what'll happen is demons will think they have access, and the devil will appear before the Most High to gain access when you have those things in your house, those graven images. Like I talked to y'all about that before. Idols, so on and so forth. You playing with tarot cards. It's all right to know what the characteristics of each sign are, but it's not all right when you trying to get information about yourself or about others through tarot card reading. Now, again, do what you do you. But I know the deal. So that's the first thing. You don't want to get with a woman that does those things, man. The only way, and it's still dangerous, but the only way it won't be as bad as if you not in the faith yourself. If you not in the faith, then she could get you anytime she wants, especially if she know what she doing. But it's not gonna be an invitation for darkness in your household. Like it would be if you in the faith and you with somebody that's doing it. So that's the first thing. Second thing is her unsubmissiveness. Strife, discord, unsubmissiveness is going to bring trouble in your life, trouble in your house. Now, the trouble can come in many different ways. Some people say, well, I'm doing good financially. That don't mean anything. That don't mean that something can't come on you all of a sudden or nothing can't happen. You know, like she can have her unsubmissiveness is automatically, I'm stuttering, a change of heart towards you. Because if she wasn't acting like that when you met her and when you married her, then that's basically she's bringing in strife. And you got to understand that. Because y'all supposed to be one. If you two, when you supposed to be one, now we got to add in terms of in algebraic forms. What do I mean by that? -2 plus +1 is what? -1. Right? So that negativity, you don't know it could get to your kids too. Now your kids don't believe in you. She don't believe in you. She don't respect you. Now your kids don't believe in you. Your kids don't respect you. So now it's like creeping into your household like mold. But what that really is voodoo and witchcraft. This is why you got to stand on, if you're going to be with her, you got to stand on her. You got to tell her, I don't care how much you make, I don't care this, I don't care what you watch on TV. I am the leader of this house. And if you're not going to follow my lead, if she disrespecting your leadership, that's voodoo. That's going to bring witchcraft into your home. No matter what, remember what the Bible says. Wives, be subject to your own husband. These women try to be subject to their boss, their father, other men. That's another thing. You can't be subject to no man more than you are your own husband. He's not going to benefit at all from being with you. That's why you see, if you haven't noticed, if you be in these lives and stuff like that, you hear guys talking about the bounce back. When they got rid of them women that was just contentious and bringing trouble. That's why the Bible says it's better for a man to dwell on the corner of the roof than in the house with a contentious woman. Because the Most High, the scriptures, Solomon, Simon, whatever you want to call them, they all understand this. That when you in the house with a contentious woman, your whole house is contentious. It's a battlefield. It's war. People don't be wanting to face that fact, man. But that's what it is. Let me go over here somewhere. Because I ain't quite done talking about this. Yeah, go over here. So, it's like the unsubmissive wife is turning her house into a battlefield. And with battle, what you do? Either you fight or you surrender. If you surrender your fort, anybody that knows about battle and war and stuff like that, if you surrender your fort becomes whatever the person who wants it, how can I say this? Whatever the person who wins your fort wants your fort to be, that's what it's going to be. Y'all got to understand, man, most of these women, one of the main things, all it is sex, man. Childbirth, sex, and most importantly, if they doing their job, a helper. And helper means whatever way you need help. But these women try to turn it into a thing where you pedestalize them and you cater to them. You helping them, but they not helping you. That's witchcraft in and of itself, because anytime, like I say, you got accord, you got discord. Anytime something goes or takes a different pattern from what it was created to go and take, that's discord. So if the Most High said, and he did, that men shall have rule over you, but you saying, ain't no man gonna rule over me, you witchcraft. Because again, there is no in between. You got the Most High, you got the devil. There's no in between. You got to pick which side you on. If you don't pick the Most High, then you picking the devil. That's just all it is to it. So when you dealing with his words especially, you got to say, okay, as women, you have to say, okay, well, he said that men shall have rule over me, so I'm going to submit to my husband. All of y'all want husbands, but none of y'all want to submit. That's all voodoo and witchcraft. That's what it is. Why do you want a husband if you going to have hyphenated names or you ain't going to submit to him? Ain't no woman going to give me. I'll break up with a chick if I told her, hey, listen, you know, I want to make you my wife, so on and so forth. She said, yeah, but I'm not dropping my name. Okay, cool. I'll dump her. You know why? Because, listen, man, I can jag off. I can. Should I? No. Should I want to? No. But I can. You see what I'm saying? I can masturbate and jag off. I don't have to bring a woman in to get my nut off. Excuse my language. I know we talking. Listen, this, I put the 18 and up at all times on my video. So if she's not going to try to bring any money to the table, if she's not going to be sexual, let's say, okay, even if a woman says, well, I'm not attracted to you anymore, at that moment, she need to be out your life. I don't care if you gain weight, lost weight. I don't care what happened. If she tells you that, or if that's the case and you find out, she shouldn't be in your life. So all of these things bring witchcraft. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Ain't that what the Bible teach? So if you come home, right? Let's say you tell her, I'm gonna give you a scenario. Let's say you tell her, well, this is what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put $2,000 in the bank and we're gonna do XYZ with it. And you come home and she didn't put the $2,000 in the bank. And she just says something like, well, I didn't put the $2,000 in the bank. I decided to do ABC. That at that point, when she starts doing that, when she starts operating like that, she's bringing darkness into your home. Especially if y'all are two believers. Even if y'all just professing to believe, the devil gonna try her best to get in your home. So when she started doing her own thing and not doing what you tell her, or even when, okay, watch this. I'm finna give y'all something deep, but it's easy to understand. In the Egyptian language, the word on is another word. Man, y'all should have saw what this dude just did. The word on is another word for light. It's a word for light bearer. So when they say no, they turning the light off. That y'all get that? It's simple and it's deep at the same time. The word on in Egyptian means light. It means it's another word for the sun, for light. So when you say no, you turning the light off. And when you turn the light off, what do you have? Darkness. What is darkness associated with? Witchcraft. So when a woman tells her husband that she's one flesh with, no. He says, do this. She says, no, that's strife. Because you're not supposed to tell your husband no. Even if you don't agree with him, if he said, well, this is what we got to do, you do it and deal with whatever comes from it. And if he's wrong, then you tell him, well, let's try this next time. If it's all right with you, let's do this next time. See, that's submissiveness. But when you tell them no, you turning the light off. See, really light switches could say on and no. They say on and off, but they could say on and no. Because no, you turning the light off. 3 words, that's why I don't like calling them Solomon, because soul, on, all signify light, light bearer, the sun. So his real name, according to some documents, was Siamun, Siamun. But even that has Amun in it. But who'll keep a score, man? A lot of these people, we don't know what their real names were. All we have is what the wizards gave us. Some of these people who changed the words from the original documents were wizards. And what do wizards deal with? Witchcraft. See how that works? So think about it like this. Let's say there's a person passing laws and they know how to perform witchcraft. So they know what words to put in there. That's why they call it spelling, see? Because they casting spells by getting you to use these words. You should have whatever you say. You know, excuse me, you know what the Bible says about words. So that's another way. Unsubmissiveness. Another way which has to do with unsubmissiveness, if they become one flesh with somebody else. Even the leading up to it is rebellion. Because they're not supposed to be kissing no other man. They're not supposed to be touching on no other man. They're not supposed to be subject to no other man. Some of these dudes be telling these women, and don't be having sex with him either. I ain't gonna do nothing with him. You being subject to the other dude, you still want flesh with him. That's witchcraft. Guys sometime when you can't catch a break, you gotta go straight for the witchcraft. Like you gotta take the witchcraft by the throat. You gotta figure out, okay, if I can't catch no break, what am I doing? What am I saying? Or what you gotta look at, remember what Joshua did. Joshua, when he found out the Most High wasn't moving and wasn't answering the way, the first thing he did was looked at everybody else. Well, no, he looked at himself. He couldn't find no fault with himself that would cause it. So he got to going through everybody's camps or everybody's tents, and he found a couple idols buried in the ground in somebody's camp or in somebody's tent that was in his camp. See, y'all don't realize the power of being one and being in agreement. That's why you see YouTubers who be doing so well financially because they got a bunch of people around them that's down for their plight, down with what they're trying to do. If you got a bunch of people around you that's not supporting you, that's like agents. Let's say my subs, I got over 1,800 subs. Let's say a bunch of those are agents that's just watching me trying to make sure I don't become no type of leader or nothing like that. It's going to show in the support. See, I know how much people support me by when they dig in that pocket. See, if you just talking I already know you're not supportive like that. You could be either gaslighting me or you just using me for entertainment. Because sometimes if people only see you for entertainment, some of them, they not going to support you financially. Or when people don't believe in you like that, they not going to help you. So if you can't be around people that's going to make things easier for you or help you build whatever you're trying to build, then discord is an invitation for witchcraft. Strife is an invitation for witchcraft. Unsubmissiveness by those who are not the leader is an invitation for witchcraft. That's why these jobs are so bad, because you got a bunch of people, half of them, they'll act like they agree with the boss, then as soon as the boss leave, they doing their own thing. And then they teaching people to come in the wrong way and not the way they supposed to be learning. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. If you say, man, I'm going to just work it out. How can you work out anything with a rebellious woman? If you try, it's like you're going to come up short. Your effort's going to come up short. Let me give you some more examples before we close. If you are leaning towards business and she's not, she wants you to work a job. Well, we should work a job until no. Is that what you want to do? You can't do what she want to do. You got to do what you want to do. She's supposed to follow. You don't, if your heart is on having a business, right? Only thing I will listen to her is if she got good ideas. You should not just not listen to her, but don't let her run the show. Don't let her make the final decision. But if she got something to say about it, you should listen. You should listen to your wife. Now, what you also should know is she operating in fear and emotion? Is she not wanting to do it because she don't believe you're going to be successful? You supposed to believe your man is going to be successful. You shouldn't be with no man that you don't believe he's going to be successful. These people be keeping up appearances, man, I'm telling you. And that's what invites witchcraft in as well. Don't be somewhere because you don't want to look bad for not being there. That's like me. I know I don't like funerals. I'm not going to everybody's funeral. I'm not even going to have one. So if somebody that didn't even like you or you didn't like them, but they was from your neighborhood and they died, why would you go to their funeral? Like, people just, I don't get people. They didn't even like you. If you know that, why would you even go to their funeral, man? So, those things, when she tell you no, if you say, man, I want to get a little bit of that tonight. She's not sick. She doesn't have any reason, but she says no, she turning the light off on you. She bringing darkness in. That's what y'all gotta understand, man. It's so much more, so many more ways that they do this. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna just end it with that. When they say no, that's witchcraft. If they don't have a good reason for saying no, like, let's say you say, come up to her and say, I think we should smoke crack. You smoking crack, that's the witchcraft. So if she say no to witchcraft, that's different. But if she say no to something that's not witchcraft, then she's inviting witchcraft in, if that makes sense to you. I'm trying to keep it simple for you. I'm trying to go too deep. So if you doing something like for instance, you reading Revelation 21:8, that sorcerers say how they part in the lake of fire. Why? Because it's witchcraft. It's rebellion against the Most High. So when you rely on drugs to improve your experience, that's rebellion against God. See? Man, what is that? But if she says no to something like that, the same things don't apply. But if she says no, you come to her for some sex, and ain't nothing wrong with her, she tell you no, she turn you down, she turning the light off on you. And I'm gonna show you something. Now I'm finna get a little deeper. Pause. If she ever turned you down for sex, right, and she's your wife, or even concubines, you tying yourself to that person. And then she goes and does it with somebody else. She done just put demons in your house, man. Literally. So for every time she denied you, but she did it for somebody else, she done brought legions. She becoming one flesh with, let's say, she only was messing with one dude, but she messed with him like 10 times. So she became one flesh with him 10 times. She committed 10 acts of adultery, and you still have her in your house. I'm telling you, these are some of the reasons why the Most High permitted divorce. You gotta understand this, man. So think about this when you say you're gonna just work it out. You're not supposed to work out nothing. This is what he was saying. He said Moses permitted you for the hardness of your heart. He wasn't saying that you have to forgive. He was saying that there were situations where they could have forgave. Like those dudes was divorcing their wives if she burned the food up. They was just being petty. They was looking for loopholes because they wanted to get rid of women anyway, kind of like a job. But those things that I mentioned on here, they bring in witchcraft. Voodoo is the same thing as witchcraft. It's when you conjuring up and inviting spirits into your life. When they not submissive, when they argumentative, when they calling you names and stuff, it's like what they're doing is they're trying to knock you off the leadership spot. They trying to be men. So when they trying to be men, it's like they turning your relationship into that H2Os with the M relationship. And that's an abomination. When a woman tries to be the man and she has a man in marriage, she's turning her household into an abominable household, basically. Now, I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simp in All Subjects channel.